Welcome. Today isn't about becoming rich overnight. It's about becoming the type of person who consistently produces extraordinary value. The top 1% didn't accidentally arrive there. They developed habits, standards, skills, and disciplines that most people never choose to build. Today, you'll discover exactly what separates average performers from elite performers, and more importantly, how you can begin becoming one starting today. The biggest difference isn't intelligence, it is in education. It isn't where you were born. The difference is what people choose to do every day. The majority wait until everything feels perfect. The elite understands something different. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about success is believing that successful people simply have bigger goals. Well, they don't. Almost everyone has goals. People want to lose weight. People want to become financially independent. People want to own a beautiful home. People want to travel the world. People want to retire comfortably. People want to become millionaires. See, goals are common. What's uncommon are the standards people are willing to live by every single day. That's why I want you to remember one sentence throughout your career. Your goals point toward your destination, but your standards determine whether you ever arrive. The average person spends time. The elite invests time. The average American finishes fewer than one business book each year. Many elite performers read one every week. One of the fastest ways to separate yourself from the crowd is to become a lifelong student. The truth is, leaders are readers because books allow you to learn from decades of someone else's experience in just a few hours. The average person stops learning once they leave school, but elite performers understand that education doesn't end with a diploma. It begins there. Every successful entrepreneur, executive, athlete, and business leader invests time every day developing their mind. They read about leadership because people follow great leaders. They study sales because every profession involves influencing people. They learn communication because the ability to clearly express ideas determines how much trust and confidence others place in them. They study finance because understanding money is essential to building wealth. They read psychology because success is built on understanding how people think, make decisions, and solve problems. They study business because every high income professional is, in one way or another, running a business. The difference between where you are today and where you could be 5 years from now may simply be the books you read, the ideas you learn, and the actions you take because of them. Instead of spending hours consuming entertainment that produces no return, invest 30 to 60 minutes each day reading something that improves your knowledge, sharpens your skills, and increases your value to others. Knowledge alone won't make you wealthy, but applied knowledge can completely transform your career and your life. Remember, your income rarely exceeds your level of personal growth. If you want to earn more, you must first become more. Every page you read is an investment in yourself. Every chapter expands your thinking, and every book brings you one step closer to becoming the professional and the person you were created to become. Read what the 99% refuse to read today, and tomorrow you'll have opportunities, confidence, and results that the 99% can only wish they had. Income follows communication. One of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to communicate effectively because your income will often be determined by how well you connect with people. Great communicators speak with confidence, but they also listen with genuine interest. Instead of focusing on giving the perfect presentation, focus on asking thoughtful questions, understanding your client's needs, and building meaningful relationships based on trust. People don't want to feel like they're being sold. They want to feel understood. When you serve first, communicate clearly, and consistently put the client's best interest ahead of your own, you earned credibility, referrals, and long-term relationships. Master communication, and you'll discover that opportunities, influence, and income naturally begin to follow. Become a student of people. Products don't build wealth, people do. One of the greatest lessons you'll learn in business is that success isn't about knowing every product, it's about understanding people. The best financial professionals take time to discover what truly matters to their clients by asking thoughtful questions and listening carefully. They seek to understand people's needs, goals, dreams, concerns, and fears before ever offering a solution. When clients feel heard, understood, and valued, trust begins to grow. And trust is the foundation of every lasting relationships. Products may solve financial problems, but it's people who build businesses, create referrals, and generate long-term success. Become genuinely interested in helping others achieve their goals, and you'll find that opportunities naturally follow those who serve people first. Do the work nobody sees. The difference between average performers and elite performers is often found in the work that happens long before anyone is watching. Success is built during the early mornings, the late nights, the workouts, the reading, the practice, the phone calls, the follow-up conversations, and the planning sessions that no one applauds. While others are sleeping in or waiting for motivation, the elite are sharpening their skills and preparing for opportunities before they arrive. They understand that every successful presentation, every new client, and every promotion is the result of consistent preparation behind the scenes. Remember, people celebrate the victories they see, but they rarely witness the discipline that created them. If you're willing to do the work nobody sees today, you'll eventually achieve the success that everybody notices tomorrow. Rejection is your best teacher. One of the greatest shifts you'll make on your journey to becoming an elite performer is learning to view rejection as education instead of failure. Every no teaches you something that makes you stronger, more confident, and more prepared for the next opportunity. Rejection improves your communication skills, builds resilience, and gives you valuable experience that no classroom can provide. The most successful professionals have heard no thousands of times, but they never allow rejection to define them. They allowed it to develop them. Remember, every conversation brings you one step closer to a yes, and every setback is preparing you for a greater comeback. Don't fear rejection, embrace it, learn from it, and let it become one of your greatest teachers on the road to success. Outwork your competition. Talent helps, work wins. Talent may open the door, but consistent effort is what creates lasting success. The elite understand that while others stop at the minimum, they make the extra calls, schedule the extra appointments, invest in extra learning, spend more time practicing their presentations, and never neglect the follow up. They realize that every additional effort compounds over time, creating an advantage that average performers simply cannot match. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room to become the top producer. You simply have to be the one who's willing to prepare more, learn more, and work more consistently than everyone else. When talent and hard work compete, hard work eventually wins. And when talent works hard, The results become extraordinary. The elite protect their environment. One of the most important decisions you'll ever make is deciding who has influence over your life. The people you spend the most time with will shape the way you think, the habits you develop, the standards you accept, and ultimately the future you create. If you're surrounded by people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, it's difficult to reach your full potential. But when you intentionally place yourself around positive, growth minded, successful people who challenge and inspire you, your expectations begin to rise. Elite performers protect their environment because they know that success is contagious. Choose relationships that encourage growth, accountability, and excellence because the right environment doesn't change your attitude, it changes your results and your future. Take responsibility for everything. One of the defining characteristics of elite performers is that they take complete ownership of their lives and their results. They don't make excuses, blame other people, or adopt a victim mentality when things don't go as planned. Instead, they ask, what can I learn from this? And what can I do better next time? They understand that growth begins the moment they accept responsibilities for their actions, decisions, and attitudes. When you take ownership, you gain the power to change your circumstances instead of waiting for someone else to change them. Every successful leader knows that excuses keep you where you are, but responsibility moves you toward where you want to be. Everything begins with ownership, and ownership is the foundation of personal growth, leadership, and lasting success. Master delayed gratification. One of the defining habits of elite performers is their willingness to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. While many people choose immediate pleasure, the elite choose actions that create a better future. They understand that studying instead of scrolling, saving instead of spending, practicing instead of procrastinating, and investing in themselves today will produce opportunities that others won't experience tomorrow. Delayed gratification is the discipline of saying no to what you want now so you can say yes to something far greater later. The temporary sacrifices you make today become the foundation for the financial freedom, lifestyle, and legacy you'll enjoy in the future. Remember, successful people don't simply live for today, they prepare today so they can live exceptionally tomorrow. Discipline creates freedom. Many people believe discipline limits their freedom, but the opposite is true. Discipline is what creates freedom. The freedom to choose how you spend your time, where you live, how you provide for your family, and the impact you make all begins with the daily decisions you make today. Discipline leads to consistency. Consistency produces results. Results build confidence, and confidence creates the freedom to live your life on your own terms. Elite performers don't rely on motivation because motivation comes and goes. They rely on disciplined habits that keep them moving forward regardless of how they feel. Every disciplined choice you make today is an investment in the freedom you'll enjoy tomorrow, proving that lasting success is never an accident. It's the reward of consistent discipline practiced every single day. Your daily elite schedule. Elite success doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. High performers don't leave their day to chance. They begin each morning with purpose and follow a routine that keeps them focused on what matters most. They prioritize exercise to strengthen their body, reading and learning to sharpen their mind, planning to direct their day, prospecting and appointments to grow their business, and consistent follow up to build lasting relationships. They also make time for family and end each day with reflection, asking what went well and what can be improved tomorrow. A disciplined daily schedule eliminates distractions, increases productivity, and creates momentum. When you consistently win your day, you begin to win your week, your month, your career, and ultimately your life. Remember, successful people don't simply manage time, they intentionally manage their priorities every single day. Build your personal brand. Your personal brand is one of the most valuable assets you'll ever build because people do business with those they know, like, and trust. Long before someone becomes your client or joins your team, they're evaluating your credibility through your actions, your communication, and your online presence. Every educational video you create, every post you share, every conversation you have, and every promise you keep either strengthens or weakens your brand. Elite professionals consistently show up with confidence, integrity, and value, making it easy for others to trust them. Whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, or meeting someone face to face, your goal should always be to educate, inspire, and serve. Over time, consistency builds credibility. Credibility builds trust. And trust creates lasting relationships that lead to referrals, opportunities, leadership, and long term business success. Serve more people. Income is a reflection of the value you create. The highest earners in every profession understand one simple principle. The more people you genuinely help, the greater your opportunity to succeed. Income is not just a reward for working hard, it's a reflection of the value you create in the lives of others. Every family you educate, every client you protect, every problem you solve, and every financial future you improve expands your impact and your influence. Instead of asking, how much money can I make? Begin asking, how many people can I serve? Elite professionals focus on building trust, delivering exceptional service, and creating lasting relationships. When you consistently put people first and make a positive difference in their lives, referrals increase, opportunities multiply, and your business grows naturally. Success follows those who dedicate themselves to serving others with excellence, integrity, and purpose. Never stop learning. One of the greatest investments you'll ever make is the investment that you make in yourself. The elite understand that your income rarely exceeds your level of personal growth, which is why they are committed to learning every single day. They attend conferences, read books, seek mentors, earn professional certifications, and constantly improve their skills because they know the marketplace rewards those who continue to grow. The moment you believe you know everything is the moment your progress begins to slow. Stay curious, remain teachable, and never stop developing your knowledge because every new lesson you learn increases your confidence, expands your opportunities, and brings you one step closer to becoming the leader and professional you were created to be. The power of consistency. Extraordinary success is rarely the result of one big breakthrough. It is a result of small, disciplined actions repeated day after day. Every phone call you make, every book you read, every appointment you keep, every follow up you complete, and every skill you improve becomes another domino moving you closer to your goals. At first, the progress may seem small, but consistency creates momentum, and momentum produces extraordinary results over time. Elite performers understand that success is not built in a single day. It's built through thousands of daily decisions made with discipline and purpose. Never underestimate the power of doing the right things consistently, because the small actions you repeat today will eventually become the massive success that everyone else notices tomorrow. The elite never quit early. One of the greatest differences between average performers and elite performers is persistence. Most people quit when the work becomes difficult, when results don't come quickly, or when they face rejection and disappointment. The elite understand that breakthroughs often happen just beyond the point where everyone gives up. They keep climbing, they keep learning, keep improving, and keep moving forward even when progress seems slow. They know that every challenge is developing the strength, character, and resilience needed for long-term success. If you remain committed when others quit, stay focused when others become discouraged, and continue taking action when others stop trying, you'll eventually reach the summit that only a few are willing to pursue. Success doesn't belong to those who never face obstacles. It belongs to those who refuse to quit before their breakthrough arrives. Your new identity. Lasting success begins when you stop thinking of success as something you do and start seeing it as who you are. Elite performers intentionally shape their identity through the words they speak and the standards they live by every single day. When you consistently tell yourself, I am a professional, I keep my word, I learn daily, I create value, I finish what I start, I lead. You're reinforcing the habits and mindset that produce extraordinary results. Your identity influences your decisions. Your decisions create your habits, and your habits ultimately determine your future. Instead of identifying with your past mistakes or current circumstances, choose to identify with the person you are becoming. Every day you act like a professional, think like a leader, and serve with excellence, you strengthen that identity until it becomes second nature. The elite don't wait to feel successful. They become the kind of person success naturally follows. Your future changes the moment you embrace your new identity and commit to living it every single day. The elite formula. Every elite performer follows a process, not just a dream. Success begins by learning the right principles, then consistently practicing them until they become second nature. As your skills improve, you gain the confidence to teach others, and teaching naturally develops your leadership abilities. Great leaders don't stop there. They build systems that allow others to succeed, creating duplication that multiplies their impact far beyond what they could accomplish alone. Whether in financial services or any other successful business, this formula is proven. Learn, practice, improve, teach, lead, duplicate, and build wealth. Wealth is not simply the result of working harder. It's the result of continuously growing yourself while helping others grow. When you commit to this formula every day, you don't just build a successful career, you build a lasting legacy that creates opportunities, changes lives, and produces generational wealth for years to come. The 30-day Elite Challenge. The next 30 days can become the turning point in your career if you commit to developing the habits of an elite performer. This challenge isn't about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Read at least 30 minutes every day to strengthen your mind. Exercise for 30 minutes to improve your energy and discipline. Have a minimum of 5 meaningful prospect conversations daily to build your pipeline. Study for 1 hour to sharpen your knowledge and skills. Attend every training to learn from those who have already achieved success and eliminate excuses altogether. These daily actions may seem small, but when repeated consistently for 30 days, they begin to transform your mindset, your confidence, your productivity, and your results. Accept this challenge with the mindset that you're not just completing a checklist, you're becoming the type of disciplined, dependable, and growth focused professional who belongs among the elite 1%. 30 days from now, you'll either have the same habits and the same results, or you'll have built the momentum that can change your trajectory of your entire career. The choice begins today. Today, you've seen the blueprint. The difference between extraordinary and extraordinary isn't hidden. It's visible in daily habits, personal standards, relentless learning, and consistent action. The top 1% don't possess a secret advantage. They repeatedly choose the difficult actions that most people avoid. They read when others scroll. They make the extra call. They keep learning after everyone else has stopped. They follow up when others give up. They invest in themselves before they expect others to invest in them. Your income, influence, and legacy will reflect the person you become, not just the goals you set. Starting today, decide to raise your standards, protect your time, develop your skills, serve people exceptionally well, and remain consistent long after motivation fades. Remember this: the life you want is built by the habits you practice, the standards you refuse to lower, and the actions you take every single day. Welcome to the journey toward becoming part of the elite 1%. Your future begins with the choices you make today. The final challenge. Throughout this presentation, you've discovered that becoming part of the elite 1% isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone willing to develop the habits, discipline, and mindset that success requires. The question has never been whether you're capable. The real question is whether you're willing to do what most people won't do. Are you willing to wake up earlier, study longer, make one more phone call, follow up one more time, continue learning when others stop, and remain committed when the results aren't immediate? Those are the choices that separate average from exceptional. Your future will not be determined by today's circumstances, but by the standards you choose to live by beginning today. As you leave this room, make a decision that you will no longer compete with the average. You will compete with the very best version of yourself. Years from now, you'll look back on this moment and realize that your success began the day you answered one simple question: will I do what the other 99% refuse to do? If your answer is yes, then your journey toward becoming one of the elite has already begun. This is Stephen L. Hodge, and I will see you at the top, because the bottom is just too darn crowded.